What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode number 17 today of the F1 2021 driver career for the 5th round of the championship here in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. Really looking forward to this one. If you're new around here, then make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to make sure that you're watching all of my future videos. And go and follow me on TikTok as well. Join my Discord server. There'll be links to those two down in the description. And without further ado, let's get this thing started. So here we are now in the workstation, getting ready for the start of the race weekend. I really like Canada as a track. I really enjoy it personally. So without further ado, we're going to jump right in with the emails and stuff. So Ethan with our weekend preview as always. Ethan will tell us about the development that's completed, the rear downforce upgrade. So hopefully that will help us during the weekend. And we've got a wet qualifying as well as a dry race. I'm looking forward to having a sunny race for once. Still losing in that rivalry to Lance Stroll, 8-5, but we'll be able to hopefully try to close that down a bit today. We've got a few upgrades that are still waiting to come in. So hopefully they'll be able to keep us up with Aston Martin. And yeah, we'll keep looking through these upgrades. We don't have enough resource points for any upgrades at this point. But come the end of practice and the end of the weekend is when we'll spend them all and we'll get going on some new upgrades for the car. So we're going to jump right into quick practice for the first time. Hopefully we can get a very good start to these the 3 sessions and get going with race strategy as always. Our first task here, we're going to try that for this 9 minutes 20, 70% chance success, and we get it. So very good start there. I'm going to try and push for this 13-minute, but nope, changed my mind. Going for the 9 minutes 50 seconds, another 70% now, and we've taken it there. So one more, I reckon we get time for 10 minutes 20, 70-minute success, and we've got it. That's 3 out of 3. Not too bad a start for this first practice session. Moving on now to practice number 2, and get going on our track acclimatization stuff. So moving right onto that. First, I'll go for this quick 6-minute 10 program, 100% chance of success. So we've got that one down easy peasy. 7 minutes and 30 here, 70% chance of success. Do we get it? Yes, we do. We've had very good luck with this so far. Going to try again for another 7-minute 10 for a gearbox upgrade on durability. We've got that. So that's 3 for 3. We've got time for one more. Can we get 4 here? Here we go. Yes, we can. And that's very pleasing to me. I'm really enjoying these practice sessions so far. Can't believe I'm saying that about a practice session, but regardless, practice 3, last round, go for the qualifying pace stuff. 100% chance here, 7 minutes and 20 seconds off the bat. That's 100 resource points for us. Very nice. I'll go again, 8 minutes and 20 off the clock with a durability upgrade for electrical systems, and one more. Got time for 6 minutes 50. We've got that one. We've got only one more thing left we can do here. 25% chance of success. Can we get it? No, we can't. We're going to try one more time because we have just about enough time to have a go with it. Can we get it this time? No, we can't. But still, 3, 4, and 3. That's still very good, and that'll get us some good resource points as well as some good upgrades. Not to mention what Alonso's been doing in practice as well. So having a look now, that's 800 resource points going towards our bank for the team, and then some development boosts getting applied as well. 2 for the chassis and 1 for durability. So those do some decent discounts for us. They're not very big discounts, but when we're down on the resource points, then they'll definitely help us later on. And of course, our driver acclaim goes up now to driver acclaim number 5. So we're going to take a look at everything one more time. So we're going with the race. Jeff with our pre-race email, still saying it's going to be nice and dry. Confident we'll get a good result today. I'm really looking forward to this one. I feel like today we'll be able to get back in the points and get going on that front again, try and get some more points for the team and for the championship, because of course we had a few dry races in that regard with points, but we're going to jump right into this one now and hopefully be able to get some points on the board for Team Alpine.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average lap speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo, and Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, and Cohen, Tsunoda, Vettel, Lance Stroll, and Fernando Alonso, Raikkonen, Russell, Mick Schumacher, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Latifi, and Nikita Mazepin. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
So this is it then, here we go. Race day at the Canadian Grand Prix. I'm really looking forward to this one. We're starting from P10, so I think we've got a very good shot at some points today. We'll go for the one stop as always, starting on the medium tyres in the first thing, going to lap 11, and that's when we'll change into the softs for the last 7 laps. Gonna lower the fuel a bit more. Yeah, we're ready to go. Hoping for a very good start here as we get ready to go for 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix, the 5th race of the season. Lights are out and we're underway. It's a very good getaway compared to Pierre Gasly on the left-hand side, but Tsunoda comes shooting through the middle, going into turn 1, and Vettel's trying to go up the inside. We've fallen down multiple places here. We've dropped to P12 just like that. So Gasly and Stroll found a way back up in front of us, and Vettel's behind us in P14. I think I've got these two Aston Martins mixed up, and in my chaos, Alonso goes there on the outside, so we're going to try to dive back in there. Great little move on our teammate, and that puts us back up into P12. We've banged the wheel of Lance Stroll and the Aston Martin. We're being very aggressive here, elbows out on the start, trying to get those places back. Obviously, I'm not trying to hit everyone, but it feels like I'm doing very well at doing so. Managed to find a way around the outside of Gasly as well, but he's still there. We're going to go side by side. We've got about half a car going into the right-hander, and now he draws level with us. He's pulling ahead slightly. We have to get around him there. There we go. Trying to shut him off a bit. We'll have to be aggressive, but not too aggressive today in order to get those points. So coming down towards the end of sector 2 now, heading into the last sector. We've got a bit of front wing damage already. Come very close to hitting Tsunoda there. Very nearly took our front wing, and there's a yellow flag for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that's for. But it's been cleared quickly, so we're back up to racing speed. Down the straight we come. This can be where the majority of threats come today, because Pierre Gasly and Lance Stroll and all them behind us are going to be running out. So here comes Pierre for his first attempt on our position. We managed to hold him off. He backs out, going past the wall of champions and back towards the finish line to complete the first lap of this Canadian Grand Prix. Not too bad a start. We lost a few places, but we managed to make it back up again, so I am pleased with that. So here we come now around towards the end of lap 2. Gasly still half a second behind us, so we have to be very careful. I think it may have something to do with the tyres, the fact that we're falling away quite quickly, and as opposed to falling behind Tsunoda. We're currently falling behind Tsunoda, and Gasly's trying to go us. There he goes on the left hand side. We managed to hold him off. Decent defend, well, not very much defending to be honest. We've got a warning for corner cutting, so that's not very good. So Gasly pulls out to the left hand side now, looking for a run going into turn 1. The DRS has been enabled, and that could be costly to us later on when we come back down that straight, because Gasly almost likely have DRS as we managed to make our way past him and again force him to go the long way round. He's lost P11 to Lance Stroll, who is of course our rival. Moving further on now to lap number 4. We've got the DRS here. Here comes Stroll. Will he be able to have a go at us? Will he get close enough? He was already less than half a second behind. He pulls out to the left hand side, going into the right hander, and we managed to just about shut him off there. Very aggressive. He loses all momentum, and we have to use that to try and build as much of a gap as we can so that we can minimise the damage on the next DRS straight. But regardless, we're going to keep him behind us now. He's almost a second behind, so we're okay on that front. Moving towards the end of lap 5, Gasly's caught back up. He's managed to find his way back past Stroll, and now he wants to go us. He managed to breeze past us around the outside with the DRS and back towards the final chicane, in towards the wall of champions. We don't have the DRS. Gasly might be able to pull away here if he can get far away from us enough, but Stroll's going to be coming at us. Gasly's currently the least of our concerns. We may have to let P10 go for the time being, unless we can stay close to Gasly. We've run through the grass a little bit. I consider briefly trying to go around the outside, but thought better of it and decided just to stay in the middle, just spur of the moment kind of thinking. Gasly's still there in front of us. We're still trying to close in and find a way back past him. Through the chicane we come. We're on the grass once again. Gasly's going to get a bit more time. Alonso's fallen back from Stroll here, so it's us three for the time being. I'm going to try and go to the inside of Gasly. We're not close enough though. We're forcing him out of the way there. There's a lot of contact, and like I said earlier, I'm not trying to be aggressive, but sometimes I do brake too early or too late, and I miss out on these things, and obviously I hit the cars. But regardless, that's us back up into P10 here. We move on around to the start of lap 8, and we've got a problem here. Jeff's telling us about a problem with the ERS. The fault has apparently been fixed, so there's not much to worry about, but we had this last race, and now we're having it this race as well, so that's kind of dangerous in that regard. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Regardless, back down the straight we come towards the wall of champion. Once again, Gasly looking for a move. Where will he go? We're going to defend the middle this time, so he's got to choose one way and stick with it.
The issue seems to be fixed, but we will keep monitoring it our end.
Jeff Wheatley once again telling us all about the ERS failure that's apparently been fixed. So both Gasly and Stroll pull away into the pits, so that's us all good in that regard. No challenges behind us apart from Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin. A lot of the leaders have been coming into the pits now, so we've come out behind Lewis Hamilton. We've come out in front of the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Obviously, we don't want to try and hold him up too much. Of course, he is currently racing for the top spots up front, but if we want to try and keep him behind him, we can. Of course, there's no blue flags or anything, so Leclerc tries to duck to the inside. We're going to get the run and force him out. Well, not really force him out, we're going to force him to go short into the last chicane, and that's away up into P7, and everyone else going to the pits now. So that's us up into P6, and that's probably the highest we've run all season, so that's very good in that regard. Norris is right there, he's going to be battling with Leclerc. Moving further on now towards the end of lap 10, Norris has passed us, and we came very close to contact there. We've run way wide to avoid hitting the McLaren, and that's allowed Leclerc through and up into P7, but we've got the DRS now. Sainz is also right behind us. I get the feeling the DRS will only cause Sainz to stay at bay. We're not really going to close too much on Leclerc. He's kind of pulling away here, going down in towards the last corner. There goes Norris, he's lost the car, and there goes the McLaren off into the wall. Oh, that is not good for Lando Norris. The McLaren driver crashes at the wall of champions, not the way you might have expected. He's spun a full 180 there, and that's him out of the race. The safety car's been deployed, and what I've just realised is that has come at the worst possible time for us, as we're pitting this lap, and we could have pit on the last lap as it was finishing, and got a free pit out of it. But that's really that's crazy, man. Anyway, moving into the pit lane. We're currently running in P8 now that both down at Sainz has found his way past us, and now we're simply waiting for for Stroll and Alonso to come through as Tsunoda finds his way past. The question is, will we be able to get out in front of Stroll? There we go, the soft tyres now on the car. I think we may actually lose places in the process of this here. This has gone really poorly for us, just really poorly timed Lando Norris crash, and that's put us down to what looks to be P12, potentially P13. We come out just in front of George Russell, and we're now stuck behind Sebastian Vettel and our teammate Fernando Alonso for those final points in the order. So here we go then, the safety car is getting ready to come in as we skip forward a few laps to lap 13. We've got 5 laps to try and get things going again. It's going to be a very tense restart. We're going to try and be very careful. We're also going to try and pass Vettel Alonso over these next 5 laps. We're back underway, back to green flag racing, back to turn 1 we come. We're going to stay right behind Vettel. I tried to potentially go for a move to the outside, and I tried again in turn 2, but Russell almost opened the door, and Russell had a peek inside, trying to make a move for my position, so we're going to try and defend from him. Pushing further on into the lap, we're going to dive to the inside of Sebastian. There we go, on the left hand side, over the curb a bit, and that puts us up into P11. We've still got work to do here. We'll skip ahead a few more laps now to when we're challenging Fernando Alonso for that last points paying position. 2.5 laps left to go, and a dive to the inside of Alonso. We've made contact, we've sort of forced him out there. We've clipped wheels, and that's us up into P10 though, back up into the points. But Alonso's going to have a good run on us with DRS. We've got DRS, sorry, we've pulled away, but Alonso's still going to get a very good slipstream anyway. He's right behind us, and the DRS is the only thing really keeping him at bay. There he is on the right hand side, but he's backing out, going into the last chicane, and hopefully we'll have the DRS to try and pull away here, as Alonso's had a really poor exit. He's holding up Vettel in the process, and I think that's really all that can be said for this Canadian Grand Prix. As we come moving on after the last lap, going down the last straight here, back towards the line. We came very close to catching Lance Stroll because he started slowing down for some reason over the course of the last couple of laps. But in the end, we couldn't catch him. Max Verstappen's won the race, and that might be enough for him to take the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Regardless, we come to the last corner to finally claim points once again. It wasn't the cleanest of races. We've come over the line though, and that is P10 secure, our second points finish of our career. Of course, the first one came in the very first race at Bahrain, and now here we are taking points again in Canada. Max Verstappen wins the race. It's a Red Bull 1-2. Red Bull 1-2. Bottas comes home in 3rd place. The Red Bull team obviously very happy with their efforts. And yeah, that was a quite exciting race because the safety car did mix things up a little bit. But we still managed to just about persevere and come out on top come the end of the race. Like I say, it wasn't the cleanest of drives I've ever done. But regardless, P10. So Verstappen wins it from Perez and Bottas, and it's Hamilton, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Sainz, Tsunoda, Stroll, and then of course us, which I'm very pleased about. It's only 1 point, but in Formula 1 points do mean prizes, and that's going to give us a bit more of a cushion on our rivals. So Verstappen takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship by just 1 point to Sergio Perez, and it's Lewis Hamilton in 4th. Sorry, he's in 3rd, 4 points back. And look at the Constructors' standings. We're still in 7th place in the Constructors, no change there. Only 1 point behind Aston Martin and 15 behind AlphaTauri, so we have to get some points on the board. We are the last point scoring team. Alfa Romeo, Williams and Haas all still without points. in the first 5 races of this campaign. So yeah, pretty good race for us at Alpine. Of course, we had to deny Alonso points in order to get our own points, but sometimes it just be like that.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. You had a close battle today, didn't you?
Appreciate your time.
So having a look now, our rivalry, we've gained it. We haven't gained much on Lance Stroll this weekend, although we did qualify in front of him, so that is 2 more points in the order. So it's now 12 to 10. 4 more races left. I reckon we can still definitely beat him, and the driver claim goes up a bit more. Still on level 5, so not too bad a weekend, to be entirely honest.
We can reduce our chances of similar failures in the future by focusing on upgrades to our powertrain.
So yeah, of course, the ERS fault mid-race did give us another 400 resource points, so I'm very pleased with getting those. We were able to put those towards some upgrades. They suggested upgrades to the powertrain, so I reckon we're alright with that for the time being, because this ERS fault hasn't actually done much in the way of damage. We'll have a look at the powertrain department though, so just have a look, see what we can do. Look at aerodynamics. Not really much we can do with the powertrain. Could try for one of these other upgrades. Gonna have a look. Go for the crankshaft upgrade. Yeah, why not? Take the crankshaft upgrade. We'll go for a durability upgrade as well. A couple less resource points. And do we have anything more we can go for? I don't think we can. I think this the 985 resource points we have now is all we can. That's all we can really buy with what we had. We had just under 3k. So yeah, we've got a couple more upgrades coming in. Hopefully those will be able to help us keep up with Aston Martin and AlphaTauri, so not too bad on the resource point front at all. The upgrades coming in very nicely. So looking back, I'm going to try and advance some time here just to get ready for the next Grand Prix, which of course will be coming in the next episode, so make sure not to miss that. So here we go, the resource points are coming in. We've got 1.5k now, and some of the upgrades have been completed, so that's good to hear. And yeah, like I say, pretty good. So we're going to have another look now. Is there anything more we can upgrade? Yep, we're going to try and go for a chassis upgrade. I can't speak today. Going for a chassis upgrade regardless. So that's 4 upgrades that we've got coming in for the coming episode. So I'm really looking forward to getting those on the car and help us close up that gap to Aston Martin and AlphaTauri. So with that, guys, that's when I cut the tap off and bring an end to the video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, and comment down below telling me what I could have done better on, because I love the feedback. Anyway, regardless, thanks for watching, and with that, I shall see you guys next time. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.